Western Conference NBA playoffs. Round 1 continues. The Warriors have set the tone of the series up 2-1. Can they maintain their composure and take a commanding 3-1 lead? Now, the test awaits as they face off against the Rockets. Round 1 of the NBA playoffs continues.
All right, you can join us. It's Game 4 of the Western Conference quarterfinals live on 2K Sports. And tonight, you'll see the Golden State Warriors. They'll go up against the Houston Rockets. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter is David Aldridge. And the Houston Rockets starting 5. At the guard positions, Van Fleet and Green. Alperen Sengun out there with Thompson. And it's Brooks in at the 3 spot. And for the Warriors. In the backcourt, we'll see Curry and Podziemski. Jimmy Butler is out there with Hield. And it's Green in at the 5 down low. Now, here's Thompson. Green kicks to Brooks. In the corner, Sengun with it. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Sengun's got the first 3 points tonight for Houston. And it's Curry with the ball, bringing it up for the Golden State Warriors. It's a 3-point game. Pass to Green. Green with a screen on Van Vliet. Here's Curry. Makes it off the glass.
And how about when Curry gets fancy with it? His confidence is what allows him to pull off these moves.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Well, I caught up with Coach Steve Kerr. I asked him how they plan on bottling up Jalen Green. Now, he said, we have to try and stay in front of him and protect the rim. Jalen is an explosive athlete and an incredibly crafty finisher around the basket, so keeping him out of the paint won't be easy. Guys, back to you.
All right, thank you, David. And here are the Warriors now. The Rockets making the shot. Just 5 on the clock. Offline with his 3. And it's Houston's ball. Pass to Thompson. And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. And Fleet on the wing. 3-pointer, Brooks. Green with the rebound.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Curry passes to Green. Green with a screen on Van Vliet. They kick it out to Green. Back to Curry. Green with a screen for Curry. Puts it up. Another miss by Curry.
Usually, guys, he's going to knock that one down from there. Proficient at operating in that medium range area.
And they pick up 2.
Hey, inside Curry has all the tricks. Floaters, scoop shots, fallaways, left hand, right hand. However he has to do it, he will.
Oh, here's Van Vliet. Thompson outside. And it's off from 3-point range. Curry on the wing. Hield outside. Pass to Podziemski. Curry against Van Vliet. That ball's off target. It's his 3rd miss. He's made 2 shots from the field. From deep, Green drains the 3-pointer.
Green getting very aggressive on the perimeter and really good concentration as he focused on his shot.
Curry with it. Outside, Green. Butler, a screen on Sengun. Green finds Butler. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
And how about the leaping ability? Butler gets off the ground so fast, especially on these alley-oops.
Pass to Green. They get it back. Şengün, and Şengün throws it down.
And the second chance becomes a dunk. We could feel over here.
GA, such a good, aggressive play in the paint.
Guys, it's all about persistence on the offensive glass. You just can't ever give up on a play.
Curry, wide open, buries the long-range jumper. Curry's got 7 points.
It doesn't matter if it's off the bounce or off the catch. Curry never loses rhythm on his jump shot.
Pass to Brooks. Houston moving the ball around. A fader. It's rebounded by Golden State. They won their last game. That was Thursday night.
Really an exciting game for him and really an exciting win. So the kind of thing that could maybe propel you to bigger and better things.
You know that feeling. You go out and beat a tough opponent in dramatic fashion. I mean, that's the kind of win that elevates you and sticks with you for a while.
Now here's Hield. Hasn't made one yet. It's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. And so here is Houston. Spins. Whitmore with it. And there's the call on Curry. That is his first foul of the game. Just 4 seconds left in the first quarter. It's stolen by Green. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Houston on top, leading by a point. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this. And we welcome you back to Game 4 on 2K Sports. And looking at what we've seen from Houston, what do you guys think?
Just cashing in on second chance opportunities. That's how they built this early lead.
Boy, grinding it out on the glass. They've really been working for those points.
So on the floor for Houston, they've got Jalen Green. Tari Eason is out there with Jabari Smith. Then it's Cam Whitmore. And it's Landale in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Curry's shot is good.
Hit works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Here's Green. Great D that time from Green.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
The Rockets trail. Outside, Green. It's good. The assist that time from Smith. Green's got 5 now.
Green lethal off the catch. Good rhythm on that play.
Pass to Santos. Now here's Curry. Wow! Curry automatic from deep.
Boy, he's been a rock of offensive support so far, and when they've needed a basket, they've turned to him.
And we've got a timeout called from Ime Udoka. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. Different look here for the Warriors. Kevon Looney is checked in for Green. Jonathan Kuminga comes in for Jimmy Butler. Hield's checked in for Brandon Bajemski. And it's Peyton in for Curry. Now Whitmore, still scoreless. Out of bounds, Rockets ball as Houston keeps possession. Houston making some changes. Amen Thompson comes in for Jock Landale. And it's Fred VanVleet in for Cam Whitmore. And so it's Houston with it, trailing by 2, 5 on the clock. Here's Green, and off the glass. That one's good. 7 points in the game.
You know, with his quickness, he's already good at creating separation for his shot. And we know he doesn't need much room to get his shot off either.
And Peyton throws it down.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Boy, picture-perfect teamwork that time, guys. One guy sacrificing for the other. That's how you succeed in this league.
And believes that's the pick for Green. After VanVleet. Houston needs to get a shot. No one near Smith as he lets it go. Off target from three-point range. Kuminga dishes to Payton. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. At the top of the key, Hield. From the arc. Thompson with the rebound. And it's Thompson with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Rockets. Here's Green. It's rebounded by Golden State.
Now, you can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
Now here's Payton. Drives to the hoop. Pass to Hield. From outside the arc. Green with the rebound.
That is fantastic defense on one of the best three-point shooters in the league. Didn't give him an inch of room.
Van Vliet with the bucket.
A versatile three-point shooter, Van Vliet can hurt you from anywhere behind that arc.
And so Steve Kerr calls for the timeout. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. Houston making some changes. Şengün's checked in for Jabari Smith. Brooks comes in for Tari Eason. And Cam Whitmore's subbed in for Jalen Green. And so Steve Kerr calls for the timeout. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. And the Warriors with a completely new five on the floor. .133 left in the second quarter. Butler, a screen on Van Vliet. Here's Curry. It's rebounded by Şengün. Houston's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter. Offensive rebound. The Warriors trailing. Butler finds Curry. Back to Butler. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. That one on Thompson.
Man, what strength from Butler. Refuses to be tied down or held down. Excellent concentration on the and one.
Now here's Van Vliet. 55 seconds left here in the second. Bangs home the trifecta. Van Vliet's got 6 in the quarter.
Van Vliet has a quick trigger at the arc. He's not one to hesitate. Not when he's got a shot like that.
Curry gets inside and lays it in. And here is Van Vliet. He has 6. Brooks outside. Back to Van Vliet from downtown. Green with the rebound. Green's got rebound number 5 here tonight. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Van Vliet.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
And, you know, even though they didn't come up with the steal, that's still a nice defensive play.
And the Warriors making a change here. Hield's checked in.
Starting to heat up from outside. That's his 3rd for the game. His 2nd in this quarter.
Butler with the steal. Now the Warriors moving it up. Butler hammering it home.
Look, that's exactly what you want to see from Butler. He's at his best when he's attacking the rack.
Here's Van Vliet. Softly drops in the floating. Van Vliet's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
How about that wonderful floater he has?
Go! Out the buzzer!
Just beating the buzzer. Listen to this crowd right now.
And so we wrap up the first half. The Warriors on top. They finish off the second quarter with a 13-5 run. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Steve. A good rhythm for you in the first half. What do you like most about how your team's competing?
Just like the ball movement, you know, the drive and kick. Our guys have played really well together. Just trying to move the ball, get a great shot.
We'll see if we can keep the ball flying around as we continue. Thanks. Back to you guys.
Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break.
Thanks for joining our halftime broadcast here in Game 4, where it's been a strong start for the Golden State Warriors.
Offensively, they can post you, drive it, run cutters. They're living large in that painted area.
And the defense has tried to pack it in a little, but those guys just keep coming.
Looking at the series breakdown for the Warriors. They know a win would give them a big advantage in the series and take them one step closer to a postseason upset.
It's hard not to love an underdog, and I'm not talking about our underdog. I'm talking about this underdog. EJ, check this out. No easy wins here in the postseason. They need to stay on their A game.
And the most important games are often the toughest games to close out, so we'll just have to wait and see what happens.
That we will. And that'll do it for halftime. We send you back to Kevin Harlan, who has the second half call.
NBA playoffs, round one. Thanks for joining us as we get back to the action on the court. Curry has been sensational.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up. Be physical with him.
Warriors leading by 7. In the backcourt, we'll see Curry and Podziemski. Butler out there with Green, and it's Hield in at the small forward position. So that's the group out there for Golden State. Shot clock at 5. Here's Curry, and it's Golden State with another.
As a defender, it's got to be a futile feeling when Curry's in the zone like this.
Green with the ball. Butler covering. And it's Brooks in the corner. Thompson, high post. Thompson sets the pick for Van Vliet. In the corner, Schengen with it. Misses the three. Golden State's gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting. Pass to Green. Outside Butler. And the jam by Butler.
Jimmy Butler showing us some nice moves and strong handles, too.
We've got a timeout called from Ime Udoka. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. Thompson finds Brooks. Houston moving the ball around. Van Vliet outside. Shot clock at 6. Thompson passes to Van Vliet. Lets the three fly, and Thompson gets it to go in on the assist from Van Vliet. Thompson's got 5 points so far. Van Vliet against Curry. Green, the pass to Curry. Green with a screen on Van Vliet.
You got to be careful how you guard Curry because he's so skilled with the ball, and as a shooter, he's able to figure out ways to draw foul.
It's his first trip to the line. And so he makes both from the line.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
Van Vliet against Curry. Van Vliet with it. He's got 8. Brooks outside. Curry with the steal. Pass to Hield. Here's Podziemski. No good from outside. Rockets trail by 10. Van Vliet with it. And Curry picks him up defensively. Green, the pass to Van Vliet. Now Thompson. Green taking his time here. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Off target with his 3. The Warriors have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. Şengün kicks to Green. 18 feet out. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. Green's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for Houston. Green with a screen on Van Vliet. Here's Curry. Good from the moment it left his hand. That makes him 10 for 14.
They are just killing him on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
And the Rockets making a change here. Eason's checked in. Third quarter of basketball here and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Thompson outside. And it's Looney with the rebound. Warriors leading by 10. Now Payton. There's a good screen. Inside. 1:14 left in the third. Just 5 to shoot. Driving to the basket.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, G.A., the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
And, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw it up.
Here's Eason. And the dunk by Eason.
Selfless with the rock. Şengün won't hesitate to make a pass out to a ready shooter.
Now, here's Payton. Pass to Looney. Outside, Kuminga. And there's the call on Amen Thompson. That'll be his second foul of the game. Houston making some changes. Smith checked in for Thompson. Whitmore comes in for Jalen Green. And Shepard subbed in for Fred Van Vliet. Now here's Payton. Outside, Kuminga. Golden State needs to get off a shot. They get the rebound. Payton outside. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Takes it inside. They kick out to Hield. Lets it go with the 3. Rockets with the rebound. To the wing right side. The tray. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for it. And so it's the Golden State Warriors going into the break with a 10-point lead. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage from the field so far has been terrific. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
Terrific versatility coming from a big man. Not something that the majority of big guys possess.
And we're with you again as our round 1 coverage continues. Fourth quarter on the court for the Rockets. Green is out there with Whitmore. And it's Smith. Then it's Tari Eason. And it's Landale in at the center, filling out the middle. Here's Landale. And it's off the back rim. No good.
They don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions.
And we've got a timeout called by Steve Kerr. And clearly an important juncture. He's going to have some choice words with his team. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, Steve Kerr talked to his team during the break. Now, his perspective was to play like we're behind. He said, that's the energy we need right now. We haven't won anything yet. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David. And so Steve Kerr calls for the timeout. He's not taking any chances and wants to huddle them up right away. On defense, Houston, it's a 10-point game. And here is Butler. Heel with a screen on Smith. Outside for Curry. Good, and Butler gets the assist. Curry's got 9 points here in the second half.
He's found his rhythm from deep, and you can see the confidence.
Yeah, I'd be confident too. As a matter of fact, I mean, if he's stacking up threes the way he is, I mean, he's doing all this work from behind the arc. Whatever the defense gives, that's what he takes. A sign of a skilled offensive player.
Curry passes to Green. At the elbow, it's Heel. Outside for Curry. Pocket 6. That shot, no good. And here's Green. He'll bring it up for the Rockets. They trail by 11. And it's the Warriors on the break. And Green slams it in.
How about the execution inside by Green? He's excellent at knowing when to attack down low.
Just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the fourth. Here's Whitmore. Jimmy Butler comes up with the rebound. Outside Curry deflects the pass. It's stolen by Green. Down low, here's Smith. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And this is why you let Smith work inside. He's adept at knowing how to finish in traffic.
Butler passes to Green. Back to Butler. Pass to Pajemski. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Butler's got 3 assists in the game.
Butler really sees the floor and finds his opportunities to move that ball around. A true team player.
And we've got a timeout called from Ime Udoka. And that timeout by Coach was carefully measured, wanting to make sure that everybody is on the same page here. And the Rockets making a change here. Şengün's checked in for Jock Landale. Amen Thompson comes in for Jabari Smith. Brooks checked in for Tari Eason. And it's Fred VanVleet in for Cam Whitmore. Pajemski finds Curry. Can't connect from long distance. Rockets trail by 13. Thompson passes to Green. It's good.
Showing off that phenomenal body control right there. Green gets the shot to go despite being bumped.
And an important part of every team's game, we'll look at the hustle stats for the Warriors.
And they've shown great focus on the defensive end, putting constant pressure on the ball and really disruptive in terms of what they've done defensively.
The shooting's been great, but also how about the energy level? That's what's impressed me the most. They've been getting it up and down in transition, and that takes effort.
Stephen Curry hits them both.
Boy, how consistently good Steph's been over the course of his career. Really remarkable. What a teammate, what a leader, what a player.
And the ball out of play. The Warriors will inbound.
And that's just another mistake. I mean, they got it on autopilot, and they look totally dejected.
Here's Pajemski. They can take their time on this possession.
It wouldn't be a bad idea. Just give themselves a little bit of a break.
Back to Green. It's to Curry. 5 to shoot. A shot. And again, it's the Warriors missing. And Thompson kicks to Green. A minute 20 left here in the fourth quarter. On the wing, Heel. Brooks covering. Outside Butler. Curry with it. Brooks grabs the board.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
You know, guys, I think he's got confidence to shoot it from anywhere, but he could have gotten a better one than that.
Now here's Green. Here's Şengün. Tries again. Plays it up and banks it in. 46 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Green with a screen on Van Vliet. The shot by Curry, no good.
Not enough ticks left on the clock to save them tonight.
Not by a long shot. It's all but official.
Van Vliet against Green. Van Vliet can't get it to go. On offense, here are the Warriors. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Van Vliet against Curry. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. And now they're sitting on a commanding 3-1 lead. They've grabbed this series by the throat, Greg.
And Kevin, I don't think they're going to let it go. You can see the determination they had tonight. They don't want to drag this series out. They want to get this thing over with.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much, Jimmy. Another home win, and I know it's important to make this a tough place for people to come in and steal a win.
Yeah, we don't want anybody to want to come here and play against us. We don't want anybody to want to play against us on the road either. But I definitely think the best thing we can do is win all the home games.
Yeah, you guys are protecting the fort, man. Thanks for your time. Back to you.
Thank you for that, David. Well, that'll do it for now. Glad you could join us for the first round of the Western Conference Playoffs. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. But as we go, let's take a look at our player of the game, Stephen Curry.